me and the crew, and you could tell like he already knew at that point what the team needed, but he was respectful enough of Josh McDaniels to not make it seem like, hey, this guy's not giving them that. But when you talk to Antonio Pierce, and anytime I've been around him, you see that he's a very observant guy. And whenever you replace someone in a job like that as an interim head coach, you have to bring something different to the table. You know, I had a conversation with Jeff Saturday when he went and he was the interim for the Colts. And he told me like he changed the practice schedule. He changed how they lifted weights. He changed how they communicated in the room because the team has to feel like something's different. And for Antonio Pierce, I believe he brought that in, but he also brought the fun back. Like when you think of the Raiders, man, you don't think buttoned up, Patriot way, super like, yes, sir, all right, we're going to do what we can do to win.
Military camp type
you know vibes. You don't think about that. You think of the Raider way, rugged, gritty, in your face, never going to back down from anything. And he brought that back. For a team like the Raiders to win with defense and Aiden O'Connell at quarterback, no disrespect to Aiden O'Connell. I thought he handled himself very nicely throughout the year. But winning with defense has never really been the method for success in the NFL long term, especially for an interim coach. He did that. That was the most impressive thing.
And to me, the thing that I was happiest the most, and obviously the players spoke publicly about what they wanted. But even if you look at recent history with the Raiders, you know, Rich Bisaccia did great when he was the interim, and they went and they decided to go in a different direction. Now for the 23rd head coach in this team's history, it's a kid from Long Beach in a story that could basically end up on Disney Plus in a few years if everything goes right. And this Raiders team, there's pieces here.
Yes.
But there's a lot to figure out. It is a tough division with a guy in Patrick Mahomes who seemingly can't be beat unless his entire offensive line is injured in the Super Bowl against the Buccaneers. But is this a step in the right direction, in your opinion?
Yeah, it is a step in the right direction. And I'll say this, you know, Patrick Mahomes, they might as well name the AFC Championship game after him. Like, he's been to 6 straight of them bad boys. So when you come in as a coach in that division, you are building your team to beat that guy. And the best way to beat that guy is to create pressure on the quarterback. Right now in the postseason, Patrick Mahomes has been sacked 0 times. In the regular season, the Chiefs were 1-3 when he got sacked at least 3 times. So that's always been the method for stopping great QBs. And when your best player, Max Crosby, comes out and says, I'm not going to be here if y'all don't bring back this head coach, Antonio Pierce, that speaks to the level of trust and belief they have in him. So for me with Antonio Pierce, you know, I don't want to go on a tangent here, but I'm a big believer in being a head coach has nothing to do with going through the ranks. It has nothing to do with being a coordinator in the NFL, a coordinator in college, or a head coach in college. There's no correlation to any of those positions and becoming a successful head coach. So when I look at a guy like Antonio Pierce, the thing that he does best is he gets the team to see his vision of what they should be and make it their identity. There's no way a team like the Raiders should have been able to finish the year the way that they did and almost make the playoffs after the way that they started. So it is a step in the right direction. They got the right guy. Now, I'm going to go ahead. I don't know what your next question is, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you what it needs to be. They got to go get their quarterback. I believe that is Jayden Daniels out of LSU. Pierce recruited him at Arizona State, and I believe Jayden Daniels makes the Raiders a playoff team instantly. His ability to throw the football, run the football, beat them with his mind, hands down, they're a playoff team with Jayden Daniels at quarterback.